This week on SailAway, we continue our hop along the south coast of Puerto Rico straight into the wind.
We are going to Gilligan's Island today, but with the winds, we are definitely taking the thorny path.
And eventually, after about 3 more hops, we'll get to Vieques.
And as we continue to fight our way into weather,
We are taking the thorny path, which means we're basically going straight into the wind and waves.
we're rewarded with more and more amazing and surprising sights along the way, as well as some deficiencies in our planning.
We are super low on food. We haven't been this low probably since we couldn't find grocery stores in the Bahamas.
But through all of this fun and adventure,
30 feet deep, not a lot of room for scope, so hopefully it's going to be as calm over the next few days as predicted.
it's clearer than ever that just like every other cruiser out here, there's one thing that rules our every move.
Ever wish you could escape normal life and experience more of the world?
So maybe on that island.
Well, we did just that. We sold everything we owned on dry land and sailed away.
Promise me that we'll sail away.
Now we are roaming the planet in search of new adventures and sharing it with you every week.
Just promise me that we'll sail away.
So hit subscribe and escape normal with us.
And I'll be yours forevermore.
Come on, it's just that little button down there. That's it.
Well, it is another early morning. Not as early as we had hoped. We'd hoped to be up and out of here by 6, but when our inverter goes off in the middle of the night and doesn't charge any of our stuff because of our battery situation, then we don't know what time it is until it's later than we expect. But we are going to Gilligan's Island today. It's not very far, it's actually only like 12 miles, but with the winds, we are definitely taking the thorny path, so we tried to get up early and beat all of the strong winds. I'll make Eric talk about that a little bit more later. Till then, it's coffee time. But not yet, because again, our inverter's not on, so we gotta wait till the sun powers us up. So calm right now.
All right. We started bright and early this morning. Bright and early at 8. All right, go for it.
Muddy.
Short hop today. We're headed we're just down from La Paguera. Now we're hopping out into the Caribbean Sea and on down to Gilligan's Island, which has nothing to do with the show Gilligan's Island. We've got a little tiny weather window of light wind that'll let us get that far. It's super short. Looks like a nice place to stay for a few days while the wind pipes up for up to the 15 to 20 range and wait for our little jump to Ponce. So that's just kind of how this is going to work. Because we're basically just motoring right into the teeth of the trade winds. So you kind of just have to pick your days to go. Either that or go at night. And, we don't mind going at night. It's just you sort of miss a lot of stuff. So we're choosing to kind of make these jumps early in the morning to avoid the worst of the wind. And eventually, after about 3 more hops, we'll get to Vieques. Lauren just made a good point that I should talk a little bit about the wind effects and why we are traveling in the morning, why some people choose to go at night. So you have the trade winds that are running from the east, and right now they're running east and a tiny bit southeast. So all along the south coast of Puerto Rico, it's just right in your face. But what you can do, if you wait until nighttime, you get the land breeze effect. We don't get a big katabatic effect here because the mountains are so far away, but there's enough land breeze to sort of cancel out the trades overnight. So if you motor overnight, it's almost completely still, or in the morning like we're doing, before everything has a chance to pipe back up. So that is our strategy right now. Places like Dominican Republic, the North Shore of Puerto Rico, you can actually sail at night with those katabatic winds and the land breeze. It cancels out the trade winds enough sometimes that you can actually sail overnight against the trade wind direction. We're not that concerned about it. It's not that far, and once we get to the Eques, we'll probably either motor straight to USVI, or maybe we'll be able to do a little bit of a attacking sail there. So that's how it works.
That's a reef. That's a reef. You stay in the middle.
Reef's on the left of me, reef's on my right, going right down the middle again. I hope right down the middle again.
What do you like better, apples or oranges?
Both.
Well, it was really nice to get this passage underway. Oh, and we're almost here. Right up there. I don't feel like we've even been on the water for an hour, have we? We knew it was a short hop. It was only like 10 miles.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, what?
I'm going right there.
Yeah? Barely had time for the fish to even consider our bait. We are in the Gilligan's Island. I don't actually know if the bay is called Gilligan's Island Bay. Probably not. We'll put that right there. But that little island straight over there is Gilligan's Island, and I think it's spelled in Spanish G-U-I-L-L. But yeah, a really nice little anchorage. It took us an hour and a half to get here. Nice, smooth motoring. No headwind, so that was nice. So we'll probably go check that out, and maybe said you could walk around the neighborhoods over here. So yeah, we got a few days of stronger winds, and then it gets calm for several days. So until that little break, we're going to be here. Yeah, it's kind of the quintessential beach bar, everything about it. Like if the dock was straight and level, it wouldn't be right. So even though Gilligan's Island is closed and has been, sounds like, for a couple years, and that means the ferry's closed, which seems to have been kind of like a huge source of business around here. The little funky restaurant is open. It looked really kind of cool. So we may just grab a beer as a thank you for using their little dock. Now we're just kind of checking out this little
neighborhood out on the point that we keep seeing from our boat, as it's quite pretty. Evidence of the earthquake that I guess hit here in January 2020, and this is the first house that we've looked at that seems to be obvious evidence of that.
Damage.
Yeah, especially over here. That one too. That's a bummer.
Yeah. Looks like somebody has to fix on these two houses.
I don't know if you can even fix that because the foundation is probably completely.
Start all over. Maybe they can just start over.
Yeah.
I guess that one's damaged.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them now. And on our way back to the dinghy, a couple beers and a very reasonable and really good lunch was definitely in order.
This is really cute. Yeah. I'm glad it was open, even though I told you it wasn't. Alright, pour your juice and we'll have our passage drink. It's alright.
It's okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's my food.
So, as you may have guessed by this point, the one thing that is always on a cruiser's mind, even on a beautiful day like this, is weather. I mean, we've only mentioned traveling upwind along the thorny path and weather windows about 4 or 5 times in this video so far, right? For cruising sailors, it's more than just a passing interest, and definitely more than just hurricanes and crazy storms. Even on beautiful days, our moves are dictated by subtle differences in the wind direction. Not to mention wave swells dictated by weather thousands of miles away. And when you're traveling directly into the predominant winds aboard a boat that goes 7 to 8 knots under sail or motor, you have to choose your travel days carefully and enjoy the off days wherever you happen to be.
Okay, so we are getting out of here, which is Gilligan's Island, I believe. Bay?
It is.
Somewhere around Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
We are moving to Ponce today. We are super low on food. We haven't been this low probably since we couldn't find grocery stores in the Bahamas. I think we got a little too used to being able to get everything when we were at the marina and it being really easy. And now we're trying to get back into the mode of actually needing to stock up and thinking about what we need to buy. And that's what I have to say. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, not really. We're going to Ponce, where there are plenty of groceries. So, I don't know. I don't think we did that bad. We had to dig into the canned foods a little bit and get a little creative, but not that bad. We could still eat for a month probably if we had to, with all the randomness we have down in the holes.
Yeah. I mean, canned food is different than, like, other food. Our poor little hanging basket of fruit and vegetables. There's nothing. We have 1 lime and 1.5 garlic. So Ponce is about 11 miles away. We are taking the thorny path which means we're basically going straight into the wind and waves. But because it's only supposed to be about 3 hours anyway, we figure we can deal with that. We had some things to do this morning, like get our video out. So we are leaving, and it's about 11 o'clock. Be there in, what'd you say, 3 hours?
2.5 probably.
2.5 hours?
Maybe 2.
We're hoping to fish. We say that every time. Are you excited to catch some fish?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this thing moving.
Hi, Gilligan's Island. Maybe I'll see you one day.
You didn't miss much as far as the island goes, because you're not even allowed on it. There's signs everywhere telling people not to go on the island. But that little swimming area next to the beat down dock was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about this week, and you know, there's not a lot to do here anyway, but as you're going along the south coast, you just get hammered with trade winds right in your nose. Even if it's like a little bit south, a little bit north, the south coast funnels it kind of in a direct line. So it's part of the thorny path that everybody talks about, and it's just not a lot of fun trying to make your way back over to the eastern Caribbean. So some people will travel at night, try to use the Catabatic and land breeze and all that kind of stuff. Or you can wait for weather windows, and we've got like about a week right now with really light wind. Today, it's kind of the start of it, so we're expecting maybe 11 knots or something, which is not much. And then all into the week, so we're kind of hoping to get to Ponce, do some shopping, then get moving again, see if we can tick off the rest of the south coast of Puerto Rico and get to Vieques before this window is gone. Well, we're getting about 16 to 17 knots true, which is more than we thought, and isn't that always the way it goes? But we're getting there. Just a lot of that. All over the camera. Definitely some rough motoring. But unless we want to be out here literally all day, maybe 2, we're definitely not gonna tack up winds under sail. Just one of those situations.
Stay on the rough seas a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely something on it.
Wait, mango. Damn it. No, it's definitely not tiny.
Get a fish.
Yeah, we got a fish. I don't know, what's your thought? It's very rocky. I don't know, it's like hard to...
We better go.
It's gonna be a hard one to fillet in this. Or do anything with. Our boat's not
yeah, but
gonna tip over. There's no time but the present, I guess.
try it. Alright, try it.
We're gonna try some barracuda today, first time. You don't have to if you don't want to.
It got off.
It got off. That's okay. We caught a fish, huh? We'll try again.
It's gonna be a different fish.
Hopefully it's a different fish next time, yeah.
Because I want a different fish to eat.
Me too.
He didn't even do anything crazy. He just fell out of his mouth. He swam away.
He just decided to let go.
Yeah.
And you might be saying to yourself, well, you're on a sailboat, and sailboats can tack into the wind, right? Aren't you real sailors? Why did you motor this short distance to Ponce? Well, yes, we are real sailors, but first and foremost, we're travelers. Sometimes it's a choice between all-day sailing and getting pretty beat up doing it, or arriving really quickly to your destination, burning a small amount of fuel, and getting to smell more of the roses, so to speak. Especially when this mild weather window is a limited time offer. It could be and will be a lot rougher out there very soon.
Good? All right, good job.
Cheers.
Rivers was ready for the passage drink, so we, didn't want to hold him up. It's not really the coolest anchorage ever. It's pretty crowded, a lot of mooring balls, quite a few sort of questionable looking boats way back in there. There's no place to anchor further in, so it's pretty much right out here at the very beginning of the anchorage. Yeah, there's not a lot of room, so we just kind of planted ourselves between Amani and this catamaran next to us.
Yeah.
30 feet deep, not a lot of room for scope, so hopefully it's going to be as calm over the next few days as predicted, and we won't have to worry too much. But as meh as the anchorage may be, Ponce itself turned out to be a true gem.
I don't know, let's go see. Party, party, party!
What do you want to do?
Living this life, we don't come across a lot of carnivals like this one. None. So rides like these were a first ever for Rivers. Apparently, we need to keep our eye out for more.
I can't wait for this one. This one's a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster. Where are we going?
Right over there.
So far away! Let's do it. What are we going to do today?
Lay on the beach.
Build a sandcastle?
Yep.
Another little-known gem of Ponce, and a spot we'd never heard even mentioned before we explored it for ourselves, was the beautiful Isla de Cardona. A pristine, tiny island getaway just a few minutes dinghy ride from Ponce.
Look at that! Coming in. I'm going to go to the other side.
We're like isolated.
I know, well hopefully. Lightly uninhabited island.
The locals were pretty welcoming, despite being forced into obstacle course races by the kids. And Lauren.
He's going, he's going! He's on the...
Yeah. It's me.
Thanks as always for watching, y'all. Head on over to SailAwayVlog.com to check out all of our merchandise. Yep, we got lots of t-shirts, technical shirts, hats, koozies, and more. See you next time. Cheers.